Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Hope you're all doing really good today. I'm not doing bad myself. I got a birthday coming in a couple of days, and I kind of sort of got myself a little present here. Okay. This is a brand new kit for MiniArt. I saw it on their website maybe a month ago, and the place I generally order kits from had it listed, as give us your email and we'll let you know when it comes. And they notified me 3 or 4 days ago that they had it, and I ordered it within like 5 minutes of getting the email, and I got it. So this will be the next build. So let's and then I'll get back on the Austin armored car and I'll get it finished for sure. Anyway, let's go down the bench and we'll open this up and I'll let you see what we've got. I'll be right back. Alright, about 7 or 8 months ago, maybe a little longer, I built a coal truck from MiniArt. And if you guys haven't seen it, I'll put a picture of it up here. This is very based on the same chassis. Everything else up here is all different, but the chassis is the same, or very similar. LGOC, who built the truck, is London General Omnibus Company, and they built the double-decker buses that were used right around World War One. I'm not sure just how late they might even still be in business. I don't know, but LGOC stands for London General Omnibus Corporation or Company. I'm not sure which. But you can see one of their double-decker buses in the background here, which I'm going to have to build one of these days. But anyway, let's take a look here. There's only one paint scheme. Okay. Sorry about the glare. It's Royal Navy. Okay, and there's a rear view, side view, and front view. There's very few decals. Cartograph. Just Royal Navy and a couple of numbers. Not a lot on the end. 39006. Okay, and then we've got the standard information here in a couple of different languages. And then this end is the same. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up. MiniArt always bags their parts in one big bag. I really wish they wouldn't do it, but that's the way that goes. I've had a few problems with broken parts. So here's all the parts and the photo etches in here. Here's the instruction manual. So let's move this aside and we'll really quickly take a look at the instructions. Let me move this over here. Okay. And we'll bring this down a little bit closer. Okay. Really nice. I really like MiniArt instructions. Highly detailed model, accurate engine, clear parts included, photo etch parts included, decal sheet included. Okay. We got our parts map. There's the photo etch. Not a lot of photo etch. And our color callouts. And the decals. Here, just if you're interested, here's, if you can read it, there's all the colors. I'll have to go through my inventory and see what I've got. I've been painting everything with Vallejo, but I'm kind of starting to mess with the Mr. Color line just a little bit, so I may paint this with lacquers. We'll see how it goes, see what kind of paints I have. But these here are standard parts from all the truck kits, and I think this is too. Looks like most of these are, and then the stuff over here is for the armored version. And here's the wheels and tires. So, one thing I always do is go through MiniArts instructions. Let me turn this up just a little bit, maybe. I go through MiniArts instructions and I draw lines around all the steps to kind of clarify a little bit. You know, this is all similar to the, or it's actually exactly the same as the coal truck I built, but that part up until a little ways into this is going to be very, very familiar to me. So here's the engine, gives you an option of spark plug wires, the clutch, water lines, all that stuff. Now the frame is a lot of pieces. That's going to take a little bit of time to put together. They're all keyed. I found with that last truck that if you're real careful, like one cross member will have a diamond on the end, one will have a rectangle, one will have an oval, one will have a circle to keep everything in line. That way you don't end up with you know, parts in the wrong places. Okay, this is all pretty much the same as the other trucks that I've done, or the other one coal truck. I've done other trucks, but not anything quite like this. So here's the first place where we're getting into the new kit, and this is the armored cowling. Okay, and we've got the radiator going together. The radiator going on. It says LGOC right on the front of the radiator, which you're not going to see for the armor plating. Okay, this is got mechanical brakes on it. So here's all the brake rods and everything for the mechanical brakes. It's very, very detailed when it's all put together. Okay. There's the transmission going in. It's got a big protector plate on the bottom. More linkages. This is like, I think, clutch and oh, this is transmission. Yeah. There's the wheels. So the wheels are several pieces, and the headlights. Steering wheel. This is the horn and the throttle. The floorboards. All of this is very, very familiar to me. Okay. I've got the exhaust and the hood or bonnet. Okay. Very, very detailed when it's all done. I'm probably not going to build it in exactly this order because there's a lot of fragile parts that I'll probably add right at the very end. Here's the fire extinguisher that's on board. Okay. There's the back of the cab's all armored. And then here's the bed. It's got sloping sides on it. There's the armor that goes in front of the radiator to protect it. So we've got, I believe it's going to be bench seats that go across. Yeah, here they are, right here. So that this isn't actually armored. It's just a troop carrier to protect the men while they're transporting them. Okay. So the bed going on the chassis, and then we've got front fenders. And the wheels and a few other little ladders and things, and then that's the end of it. 57 steps. Okay. This is another truck that has the same chassis. It's very, very similar. The cab is slightly different, and of course it's got a wooden box instead of the armored bed on it, and no armor on the front of the radiator. Okay, and there's the one paint scheme. They call it the Motor Bandits, Royal Navy Air Service, Dunkirk and Antwerp, autumn of 1914. Okay, lots and lots of opportunity is there for weathering. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the parts real quick. I'm getting really anxious to build this. Okay, here is sprue A. It's a big one. Quite a few parts. These parts are all common to all the LGOC trucks and the double-decker buses. Okay, I do see some flash on the sprues, but I don't see really, maybe a tiny bit on one of the parts. This sprue's been out for a little while, so you know it's got a little bit of wear on it. Let's go ahead and go down a little closer so you can see the detail. Here's the frame. Lots of rivets and everything there. Okay. We've got multiple. These are springs, but these are different lights. They all used kerosene lamps back then, which were really inefficient. This is the firewall for the original kit, like in my coal truck. This will not be used, but this is the floorboard, and it is wood grained. Okay, and these are some really tiny control rods. See how small this is for my friend Peter at Scale Modeling. It gives you an idea of what size these things are. Okay, very, very tiny. Okay, we'll just leave that up there. That floor is about three quarters of a matchstick wide. All right. We've got some engine parts here. This is the clutch, and we've got the muffler. Really nice detail. Here's springs, front and rear springs. Okay, these are the cross members here for the frame, and well, you probably can't see, but the ends of them have different shapes to make it to where it's keyed into the frame. Let me turn this over here. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is the frame rail. So we've got one with a small rectangle, one with a large rectangle. This is a diamond. This is a circle. They've got several different variations to where it's a big help when it comes to putting that together so that you don't get them mixed up. Okay, let's see here. This is the cylinders. The cylinder heads will go on top. That's the rear differential, and that's the oil pan. This is two halves of the differential here, and there's the bottom of the transmission and the transmission. Okay, and these are the front and back of the radiator. Basically, you build a box, and then these are the middle. There's the skid plate protects the transmission. More control rods. Look how tiny those are. And this one here, you're going to have to cut that out very gently with a saw. It's going to take some real patience. Once again, that's the size we're talking about. So here's the front axle. This is another cross member, and there is some flash on that. Okay, that's it for sprue A. This is sprue GE. Okay, this is the majority of it's the radiator. So, and this is where we've got a broken part. This is the top. That's more of the top, and then the bottom, and I think that might be part of the engine. And those are the sides. Okay, a few other odds and ends little parts there. Okay, then we're looking at sprue LA. Okay, these are the supports for the body. You can see that one's deformed a little bit. Shouldn't be too big a deal to straighten it out. These are really fragile and they break really easy. Ask me how I know. Then we've got a ladder, and I think these are supports for the seats, which are here. And then we've got some grab rails and various other parts. And this is a duplicate, so there's 2 of those. I think there's 10 sprues in all. Okay, let's see. This is KA. Let's back up just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay, here's the sloping sides for the back, the armored sides, and the floor. Now the floor has grooves to define the boards, but there is no wood grain on it, which is no problem. With the oils, I can create a wood grain on there. This kit's going to give me a lot of opportunities for weathering. I'm hoping to really beat it up pretty good, but here's the inside. Like I say, there's grooves, but there's no wood grain there. Here's the seat, the driver's seat. This is some more of the cab, pieces of the cab here. Okay, and this is more of the new kit. This is KB. So we've got parts of the armored body here, and this is the firewall. We've got armor that goes around the radiator. I'm not sure if that's to go over the radiator or not. Really nice. Lots of really fine rivet detail. I don't know if you can see all that or not. Very nice. And these are brand new. The MiniArt just came out with this kit, so these are from the very first few parts that came out of these molds. Okay. This will be BC. Lots and lots of tiny parts. Okay. This is part of the clutch. There's the fire extinguisher, which will be in brass. There's the top of the fire extinguisher, and that's one of the handles. Not sure where the other handle for the fire extinguisher is. There's part of the, I think that's the rear of the engine, radiator lines. There's the carburetor, an intake manifold. That's the gas pedal. And I'm not even sure what some of these other small parts are. There's the exhaust manifold, and that's some of the like a brake pedal right there. Lots and lots of really tiny little parts. Okay, I don't know what the part count is, but lots. Okay, here's a long one. Back this up a little bit. This is BA. Okay. Once again, for comparison, we've got, let's go ahead and bring it back in a little bit here. I hope it's not making anybody nauseous. We got the steering wheel, and here's parts of the hood. There's the center of the hood. That's the fan belt, some pulleys. These are sides of the engine here. Okay, that's part of the rear differential. That's a cross member, and these are parts of the brake linkage here. Here's fender supports. Looks like one of them's got a little bit of a stress crack in. It's almost broken in two. This is the front of the engine, like the timing cover, and water lines. That's part of the steering, I think. There's more of the steering, and these are parts of the brake linkage here. Lots of real fine, delicate little parts. And one more. Okay, here's another long one. Let's back up here a little bit. Okay, this is another duplicate. So we've got the wheels. This is the rear wheel, and this is the front wheel. And the tires. Okay, different sizes. These are fenders that come standard in the kit. This would be a front fender, and this would be a rear fender, I believe. So, no, that's the front fender right there. Okay, so I'll be using those off this sprue and the duplicate, but these I don't think will be used. There's brake drums, pieces of the brake. There's the cylinder head. Okay, the engine's very, very detailed. There's a support for a light. That's part of the rear differential, I believe. And I'm not sure what these parts are, but you can see how tiny. See that? See how tiny some of those parts are? Those are wing nuts that go on the radiator. Okay, and we've got here, these are they go on the engine where the push rods go up and down inside of those, or those might be the push rods actually. They're exposed, but very, very tiny. Okay guys, well that's going to do it for now. I'm going to go ahead and wash these really good, and I'm going to go through my paints and see if I need anything, and then we'll be getting her started. Okay, so thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.